Hey guys, welcome back. I am so excited today because I've got my Sigma brush order here. So I told you guys I was going to be trying out some Sigma brushes over the Labor Day sale. Everything was 30% off, I think. Was it 30? 30% off. So that was the perfect time for me to pick some out. And I actually was under a purchase in August, I think. Oh, that was September. So this is my first purchase of September. Woo, was it? It may have been my last one of August. I'll have to figure all that out. Before I get into this video, my big fall giveaway is going on right now. So I'll put a link right up here where you can check that out and see how to get entered, everything that's in it and all that jazz, and I'll link it in the description box as well. I picked up quite a few brushes. I think I have 10. I picked up 10 total brushes. So the first thing I got was the Sigma Ultimate Blending Brush Set. So I'm going to show you guys everything I got today, and then I'm going to do a look with them using my palette of the month, which is my Fall Mums Inspired Build Your Own palette. And I'm going to try to only use, I think I'll be able to just only use my Sigma brushes. The Ultimate Blending Brush Set is these 6 little blending brushes, and 3 of them have been in the Sigma line for a while, and 3 of them are their brand new like mini version of the already existing brushes. And the first one is the E27, which is the Detailer Blender brush. So it's kind of a pinched, like I would call that a really pinched blending brush. And the next one is, so that's the mini version of the E25 blending brush. So that's another pinched blender. And then the original E38 diffused crease brush. So that is just a fluffy blending brush. That one is not as dense as another one that I'm going to show you. So this is the mini version detail diffused crease brush, E33 of that diffused blending brush. And the last one is the E44 firm blender. So this is the original one. It's kind of more of a pointed one and definitely denser. And then the mini one is the E42 Precision Firm Blender. So they're all just mini versions of the original one. I think that brush set is around $69, but it has like, I don't know, $99 value or something. And then I got 30% off. So it was definitely a good deal. And then my other 4 brushes I got as singles, and they came in this little kind of packaging right here. A lot of these were already in their clearance line, so they were between, with the 30% off, I would say they were between $6 and $10, which is pretty, I think, pretty affordable for a brush. I mean, a lot of Morphe brushes are $6. So the first one I got is the Shader Inner Corner E46. So just a very tiny little inner shader to get really detailed work on the lid. And the next one is the Shader Lid. So this is just a little bigger version of that one. This is the E56. The next one I got is the Shader for the Crease E47. So this has a similar shape but fluffier. The last one that I picked up was the E48 Pointed Crease, and I just thought that was a really cool shape, and I'm excited to try that out in the crease. It is a little bit longer, so it'll be interesting to see how that applies shadow. When you purchased over Labor Day weekend, you got a free brush with your order, and I got a eyeliner E05 brush. So I thought that was cool. And the last thing I picked up was the Eyeshadow Base Primer in Ignite. So it's a primer stick, and it's just the neutral one. I have misplaced it at the moment. So I will be using that coming up, but I already had something else on today anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to do some kind of sunset look today, so like pinky purple yellow look. So I'm going to start out with the Diffused Crease E38 brush, and this shade right here, which is a Davina shade. I do already have the Sura. I already have the video where I went through all my single shadow palettes and picked out these specific shades, so I'll link that up in the iCards for you to check out as well. I'm just going to take Sura on this blending brush here, and that's just going to be my transition color. Super soft. Is this called Precision Blender? Diffused crease. Okay, I'm like, that's not super precise when you're putting it on. It's kind of, it's definitely not a dense brush. You can see it's kind of a wiggly, but it does really blend out that shade nicely. I definitely want to use the detailed diffused crease, but I also really want to use this one, which is the pointed crease, E48. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to take our purple shade that's in here. What is this? Vibrant Plum from Coastal Scents, and see what happens here. I've just never had a brush like this before. That worked really well, placing that right where I wanted it. Not getting it too much in the transition area, but yeah, really just directing it right into that crease area. Wow. And I think this was one of the brushes that's already on sale on the website. Next, I'm going to go back in with Sura and this detailed one and just kind of bring that up a bit from the crease. Then I'm going to go in with the E27 Detail blending brush, and I'm actually going to go in with that purple, and let's see if this, I don't know, if I can get it just a little bit more vibrant. I feel like I have a lot of brushes similar to these brushes, but nothing quite like them. Next, I'm going to go in with the Firm Blender. This is the E44, and I'm going to take, what shade is this? Runa, which is this deeper red shade right here. And that's going to go on the outer V. Well, I do definitely like this brush for that. I think I want to bring a little more plum to this look, so I'm going to take, let's see, what have we not used? Just trying to use them all. This is a blending brush, so I'm not going to take that. I'm going to go back in with the Detail Blender. It is a little bit smaller, even though it's a blender brush. And I'm going to take the Vibrant Plum shade and just kind of blend it right into that outer part. And then I've got a shimmer shade that's going to go on the inner. This is obviously my first time using these Sigma brushes, but right off the bat, they're a little easier to blend shadows with. It could be the shadows, so I'm going to be using them with a lot more different brands to see how they work with different brands, because I have been so hesitant to get Sigma brushes because I didn't want to put the money in, and I really thought, like, I can get that with my Morphe brushes or my Real Techniques or my e.l.f. brushes. So I really do want to see, is there a difference in using a little more expensive brushes that could be a little better quality? So we're going to be researching that here. Today is just an initial impressions. So I do need to get my fixing spray, and I'm going to take my, what is this one called? Shader Lid E56 brush, and I am going to put, let's see what this, I think this is a Ruby May one. Peony. It's a Ruby May shadow. This one, I almost feel like I don't have a much more of a thicker Sigma brush, and I do want to use all Sigma brushes, but this one I think is probably more for more detail and not just placement of the shadow on the lid, because it's a tinier brush, and I would typically use a little bit bigger of a brush for this part of the look. So pretty. It does help me get it more precisely where I want it, though. I will say that. Alright, I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used purple on and just kind of blend where those meet. I think another part of it is that these are just a little bit smaller too, which just helps to get, you know, more of that detail right where you want it. I think I like the eyes just how they are. I'm going to use this little inner corner shade that, well, we picked the shade out for the inner corner. What is it? It is La Playa from ColourPop. And then I just kind of want to blend it in with that orange. I didn't really love the last look that I did with this palette. I kind of felt like I put one too many shades in there. So for the lower lash line, oh, you know what I wish I had? For the lower lash line, I'm going to take the Precision Firm Blender brush. And I think I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to take our purple shade here. Vibrant Plum, that's what it was. And then on this little guy here, what was this called? Shader Crease E47. I'm going to take a little bit of Navia. It's this Divina one right here. Like just the tiniest bit. Get in there. And I'm going to use that just to diffuse the shade of it and bring a bit of that orange to the lower lash line. I like that. I think I'm going to put Puppy on the waterline. Oh my gosh, you guys, speaking of Puppy. How did I not start with this? We are fostering, okay, so this video I'm filming before I leave for Hawaii. So we leave on the 14th. It's probably not going up until like at least the 24th, so that's 10 days later. So I'll know by then, you'll probably already know from my Instagram account, if we adopted the puppy. It's going to depend on my husband's allergies though, because he is allergic to dogs, so we got a shorter haired one and hope that he would not be as allergic. So we'll just have to see. I have always not enjoyed dogs at all. I love this one. I just don't know what foster rules are. If you can, I don't know. Can I put him on YouTube? Better safe than sorry. Ooh, I like that with the orange in it. Puppy just reminded me that he's not a puppy. He's a year and a half. And he's great because he's got energy to keep up with the kids, but he's like totally chill. If I'm just sitting and working, he'll just sit next to me and be a chilled out dog. I do want to put some wing liner, and if we do end up keeping him, I will definitely show you guys and tell you more about him, but I do want to put some black wing liner on here. I'm going to tight line with black, and then I'm going to put some mascara on and be back to show you guys the final look. Back with the final look, I ended up putting, what is this one? I have this little Bite Beauty lipstick trio in my Shop My Stash for the month, and this is in Biscotti. So it's the multi-stick, and this color is in Biscotti. I love this. This is like the perfect me lipstick because I love a lipstick with a little bit of a purple undertone to it, and I think this looks really good with this sunset kind of look here. All the shadows I thought performed really well. So another part of this Shop My Stash building your own palette is to use some of my single shadows more. So today I used these three, which were all Divina shadows. I used this purple, what was that, grape? What was it? Vibrant Plum. I thought that one looked really good and performed really good. Peony from Ruby May, and La Playa from ColourPop. I enjoyed using all of those today, and I didn't have any kind of issues with any of them. As for the brushes, you guys, I'm really excited that I own some Sigma brushes. I liked how they all worked today too. So while I was hoping to like tell you guys that you don't need, okay, you don't need them. I was hoping to tell you guys that the Morphe or e.l.f. Or Real Techniques Essence brushes are just the same. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm going to keep using them to see what I think of them. So that's my first impressions of the Sigma brushes and another look with my palette of the month, Build Your Own Palette. I hope you guys enjoyed everything here today. Don't forget to check out that video before you leave. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!